stuff in there. And then the second half, just the way our guys responded and took all three phases, complimentary football at its finest. All three phases contributed really, really well in that second half. And we had some big time plays by some big time players.
What are your adjustments you made at halftime to come out and be dominant?
Our guys just played well. I don't think half times you have some big, Newt Rockney speech or some new offense or defense. You just guys start playing really, really, really well, and I thought handled the second half, at a really high level. Yeah, Tyler, just an awesome game. The composure, navigate some stuff early, big play after big play. He's obviously having a special season. I know, he doesn't start the season as a starter, but just the way he's handled himself through this whole journey, I think, really, really special. And I think, obviously the on the field speaks for itself.
Yeah, I mean, what are moments like that where basically you guys get to shoot out, like, about his composure?
Yeah. I think it's just resiliency, his ability to just handle each and every play. That's a really good quarterback on the other side. Cam's going to be a really good player in this league. I think what everyone just watched was two quarterbacks that are probably going to be big-time quarterbacks in our league for a really long time. And so, we're fortunate to have Tyler. I think Cam's going to do a great job here in Tennessee as they build this thing. And so, I thought it was a fun game.
What got you guys, the first half, Cam Ward was, deadly, kind of in and out of every play. And you guys were saying about what
Again, I think just execution, rush playing together, back end playing really clean. He's a really good player, so he's going to make some plays. You saw those show up in the game, just his extended plays. It's a really special attribute of his. He makes some big-time plays because of it, and so you just got to keep going. You got to keep going. He's going to make a play. You just got to keep on going.
It seemed like there was a lot of heavy personnel to kind of slow down the run. Was that maybe complicating the pass rush when he was able to extend big guys up?
Well, they've ran the football really well the last few weeks. They got two really, really good running backs. Those two are really, really good players. And so it certainly was something we had to start with. We had to start with that run game, do our best, controlling that.
to make a case for Tyler winning Rookie of the Year, or maybe one on
I think Tyler's just had an exceptional year. His composure, his growth, really, really special season. For him to navigate this and kind of, the momentum I think we're carrying as we've gone through this journey together is really, really special. I think we got an awesome team around him, building it the right way. And I think Tyler's doing some special stuff.
We've asked you a few times about him being kind of like an elevator of everyone around him. Really up and down today.
I thought he made some big-time plays, and so, start credit with him. I thought some other guys stepped up. Estime with 98 yards of total offense, making some plays in the run game, a pass game play. Kevin Austin getting a touchdown pass. He had some stuff, with the penalty and some of that stuff he had to fight through. I thought it was awesome on offense. Then on defense, we had some guys, Chase and Cam just kept rushing. DeMario's got, 6 tackles. He's at 137 now, career high of year 14. I know he wasn't in the Pro Bowl, but he's a Pro Bowl linebacker each and every year. And so, he's just a really special player. And so we had a bunch of guys make plays.
Was he doing something at the end of the game?
Yeah, he just had a little something come up. And so those other guys rolled the rest of the way.
Is that a challenge? Because obviously he's the mic. So who's dealing with
Yeah, just the communication had to kind of adjust there. We did bang a timeout just to settle everything down, make sure everyone was good to go, after one play, once we kind of made that transition.
And was it just because it was so late in the game, they go to the injury time for this was going to be?
Yeah. So
What he's doing.
just a little calf thing that came up. So
And what did you think of Estime? What got him going?
just the physicality of the run game. He's just a physical runner, and the play that he scores and has a big run. By no means is that the design and the intent of the play. We have some issues that we got to clean up, but his physicality showed up, and it was really special.
With Kevin Austin and with Kevin Austin too, what did you see from him?
Yeah, Kevin, I thought, made some plays. Obviously, a big-time catch in the red zone, really against not ideal leverage, crossed his face on the DB and wins on the outbreaker. And, I thought he made some plays. Dante made some plays, unfortunate fumble on that big-time play by him. And so, obviously, guys are going to have to step up, and they have.
You used the word resilience a lot.
Yeah.
It's just kind of things that go well throughout a lot of the game. That just kind of
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of this game. I feel as happy about this one as all of them, just because of the standpoint of, not the standard met in the first half. Chase makes a big time play to score, but other than that, like, we're just we're not playing to our standards. And so everyone just kept going, and then felt like we're making plays as the game progressed.
Did Chase's play at all? Like, start something in you guys? I mean, I know you gave up pass interference like right after, but still have that play in that moment.
Those are big spark plays. Special teams and defensive plays like that. When you score in those phases, it's big time. It gives you a chance. It gives us, it felt like it at least kept the game tangible and within reach there just with that play.
Charlie.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought Charlie did a really good job. There was some wind with this game, just kind of, some different elements that he had to navigate there. And so 2 really big kicks, long kicks. I thought Charlie had some good stuff in there.
Flipping to the other side of the field kind of helped him. I don't know if this had anything to do with it.
I don't think so, but I mean, there was some wind that obviously you had to navigate.
Chris went over 100 catches.
Yep.
What does it say about him that he just keeps seeming to get better?
Yeah, just keeps taking advantage of opportunities, and so done a nice job. Again, big time touchdown. We needed that to come out the second half. I thought he made a really big time play there. To have 8 catches, 119 yards, touchdown over. He's got 100 catches now in this year. He's made obviously some big time plays year round.
I know he was dealing with his back injury. Like how serious was that effort?
Yeah, obviously, hey, we're towards the tail end of the season, and these guys are battling, and that's the thing that I appreciate and respect out of these guys so much is all these guys are sore, they're tired, they've gone through a lot physically, and these weeks are, they have to put a lot of time in their bodies just to get them ready on Sundays, and so certainly Chris is going through that. A lot of our guys are going through that, and so for them to be ready to roll, credit to them.
You mentioned Cam Ward, but just what kind of goes through your mind when you see the opposing quarterback spin it out of his way like that, or hold the ball, or still be able to make kind of plays?
Yeah, there's special quarterbacks in this league that are going to make plays, and he's going to be one of them, in this league. And so, obviously everyone saw what he did at Miami and throughout his college career. He's a really, really good player. He's the first pick in the draft for a reason, and he's going to do a lot of positive things for this organization, building it up.
Grateful for replay assist on that point.
Yeah, replace this. Yeah, obviously we would have challenged it if we had to, based off the evidence that we had. But obviously it worked in our favor.
I think he's caught 20 of his last 21 targets.
Yeah.
Have you seen him really kind of from a security perspective?
I think he's just doing an excellent job being friendly to the quarterback, finding the voids in the middle of the field. Couple off schedule plays today that he was able to make some plays, and he's made some extended plays after that. The catch and run, the ball security. He's just doing it the right way.
Yeah, you're technically limited from the NFC South, but you'd only be a game back if just where you guys were at the end of the season to be right where you are. Just what have you made of your guys' further?
Yeah, I think it comes down to people. We have a really special group. They do it the right way. They're so connected. These guys are battling at such a high level and competing for each other. And, I think it's really special. All good, guys? All right, thanks.
Thank you for listening to my daddy's podcast. Please subscribe to our channel.
All I got to say is, who dat?
Hey, what's going on, Who Dat Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, and yes, I am the host of the State of the Saints podcast. Thank you so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast, where we talk New Orleans Saints. And the New Orleans Saints get it done yet again, winning 4 consecutive games. They knock off the Tennessee Titans by a score of 34-26. The New Orleans Saints Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Go to 6-10 on the season. One of the most red hot teams in the NFL. It's just so unfortunate that they decided to catch fire this late in the season, right after they were eliminated from playoff contention. But all in all, man, it's still good to see. And you got to be excited to be a Saints fan for what the future actually holds for this team. If they can actually build on the momentum that they have established here in 2025. A special shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Shouts out to everybody at home. Man, this is the type of team that gives you hope for the future. This is the type of team that makes you feel like the New Orleans Saints are trending in the right direction. And it starts with quarterback Tyler Shough. Look, I don't know who's on the fence about Tyler Shough. I don't know who's still skeptical about this guy as the future of this franchise, but I do not know what will convince you other than the fact that this guy has like an ability to be able to morph into another individual and look like Drew Brees in order for you all to be convinced that this dude is the future of this franchise. Every single week, Tyler Shough just continues to show that he deserves to be the franchise quarterback, and he needs us to continue, to stop having these type of conversations that continuously happen on social media about, the Saints don't have a quarterback, or keep on talking about these draft picks. I said this last week for people that didn't tune in, and I'll say it again for those that are here today. Tyler Shough, the way that he is playing at the quarterback position, makes the Saints being in the top 10, the top 3 or the top 5 of the NFL draft when it comes to the picks, it makes it irrelevant. Because if you're talking about a player that will come in, that will change the misfortunes of a franchise, there is no more important of a position than a quarterback. The New Orleans Saints are winning football games and becoming further and further away from the top 5 because of the quarterback that they selected last year. So it makes absolutely no sense to be getting upset about draft picks. Look what this dude is doing. Look what he's doing. The Saints didn't have their starting running back. They didn't have their backup running back. They didn't have the second string wide receiver. They didn't have their backup tight end. They didn't have their third string tight end. They didn't have their starting center. They didn't have their starting right guard. They didn't have their starting left guard because, he ended up getting traded. They had all of these different situations. You had Kevin Austin out there, Dante Pettis, Chris Olave, Juwan Johnson, like no Mason Tipton. And this man went out there and threw for 333 yards and honestly was almost had a perfect passer rating until like late in the fourth quarter. Unfreaking believable that this man is putting up these type of numbers. And it's amazing to me that you have Saints fans out here that still don't believe in this guy. This guy deserves, and I'm talking Tyler Shough. Tyler Shough, to me, is now the front runner for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Out of all the quarterbacks that were drafted in the NFL draft, he has more wins than those guys, and he's playing better football than each and every one of them. That includes the quarterback that they played against today in Cam Ward. He outdueled Cam Ward. Cam Ward, you can tell at the beginning of this game, in the first half, you can tell Cam Ward heard the whispers. He heard Monday Morning Quarterback talking about if we was to do the draft again, what quarterback would be first, and everybody was picking Tyler Shough the way that he was playing. He heard that, and you can tell the way that he was playing in the first half and even throughout this game. He came in with a chip on his shoulder. I don't care if that pass was incomplete. That throw that he threw to Tajay Spears when he was falling on the ground and he just slung it, like that's some incredible stuff right there. So credit to Cam Ward. I think he played pretty well. But the way that Tyler Shough played today, the command of the offense, the ability to be able to audible, to change plays, to call out the protections at the line of scrimmage. That was one play. I don't know if anybody was paying attention to. There was one play where Moliki Matavo was actually in blocking. He was actually in blocking. And Tyler Shough was under duress. And you could tell his first and his second progression weren't there. So he ended up like just pointing up the field, and Matavo just breaks off, like from blocking, and he throws it to him for about 4 or 5 yards. This guy is elevating everybody around him. And this is exactly what you want as a Saints fan. This is what you want to see as a sports fan of a team that you love, that a quarterback that is showing you that he has the potential to be great. And, everybody wants 500 yards every week. Everybody just wants like, oh man, my quarterback on TV every week. Look, the fact of the matter is Tyler Shough has arrived. The Saints were down by 10 points going into the half. If this was at the beginning of the season when we were watching Saints football, everybody in their mind would have went outside, tuned out this football game, probably start washing down their countertops, sweeping their floors, because they know that there's no chance in hell, more than likely, based on what the Saints were missing and, the way that they were playing, that they won't be able to facilitate a comeback. Tyler Shough, down by 10 points, was wheeling and freaking dealing. And honestly, the Saints should have had 41 points. If Dante Pettis would have held on to that football, they would have scored another touchdown. This game would have been 41-26. This guy has been balling. And I don't even I've said this weeks ago. There's no debate anymore. There's no debate. If you sitting up here talking about Tyler Shough, not the quarterback, you just being a contrarian. You just seeing everybody coming into the forefront, and you just want to be that one person that said, well, I need to see more. What more do you need to see? What more do you need to see? Imagine what this guy can actually do with more talent on the offensive side of football. A running game that can consistently be able to be a factor. No disrespect to Estime. He ran the ball really well today. Really well. But imagine what this team could be like with a running game and some guys that can actually catch a 50-50 ball and players that can get yards after the catch. Imagine what this team can be offensively with Tyler Shough as the quarterback. There's no if, ands, or maybes about it. Tyler Shough has arrived. Tyler Shough is the guy. Tyler Shough is your franchise quarterback. No, without a shadow of a doubt. I don't care how light their schedule was. I don't care who they played against. He is your franchise quarterback. He has played in at least 2 games that mattered most to the opposition. Tampa Bay, who needed to win that football game in order for them to try to win the NFC South, and the Carolina Panthers, who needed to win that game versus the Saints. And guess what Tyler Shough did? He disappointed both fan bases. This dude is the truth, man. Dude is the truth. I don't look. We don't even need to have this conversation anymore. It's just a matter of who's going to be the backup quarterback, who's going to back him up from here on out. And can you get a running back, a running game to support this guy? At the end of the day, it's not even a contest anymore. It's over. It's a knockout. Tyler Shough is shucking. The absolute dime to Olave that set up the go-ahead touchdown was magical. Shough is our guy, no question. Now build around him. Thank you very much for the $5, Tyler. And Tyler also says this is the second game that we have trailed by double digits, and he brought us back twice. Anybody that says Shough ain't it, give a legit reason why. I want to know. I want to know why. If you doing that, then you just so hell-bent on wanting to be right about your first thought about Spencer Rattler or whatever like that you just don't want to see the forest through the trees. I like Spencer Rattler as well as the next man, but this isn't even a conversation anymore. This ain't even a conversation. But I ain't gonna waste no time. I'm opening up phone lines today. I didn't talk enough. I didn't talk enough on the pregame. I didn't talk enough on Bleacher Report. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hear from you all, man. What do you all think about this game? What do you think about this game today? Tyler Shough, 22 of 27, 333 yards, 2 touchdowns, quarterback rating of 142.7. He was sacked 2 times. And also what I liked about Tyler Shough in this game, to be honest with you folks, what the best part about this was how smart he is and with his decision making. That after that Carolina Panthers game where he was just beat to all hell, like you can tell like the conversation was had with him about sliding, about, you know, going down, not taking unnecessary hits. There was like a couple plays where he was able to sneak out and he slid. There was one play in the red zone where it was like first down. He tried to do like a RPO. He realized that it wasn't going to work. And then all of a sudden, like he just slid down at the line of scrimmage, lived to fight another day, understanding that I need to be here for my team and I don't need to take unnecessary punishment. It is absolutely amazing to see a guy, you know, make these type of decisions. And, you know, if he can actually just build on this, man, you got yourself something. I mean, the way that the rules are set up and how, you know, like they just protect these quarterbacks. Now he can be a quarterback that can have a long, like sustainable career. All right, well, we're gonna go to Jerry. Jerry, how you doing, man?
What is good, TJ? What's good, my guy?
Man, what's going on, Jerry? Man, appreciate you for stopping by. What you got for us today?
Oh man, 4 in a row, TJ. Who would have thought that, bro?
I know,
4
man.
4 in a freaking row, bro.
Yeah,
Yes,
looking
sir.
real good, man.
Oh yeah. But before we get into that, I hope you and your family and everybody else had a good Christmas with your family and friends. Hope everything went well.
Oh yeah, man. Everything went well, man. Happy belated Christmas to you. Hope everybody in your family is doing well. Hope you had one as well, man.
Oh yeah, it was good. Caught some NBA games and some NFL games, so all went well.
Oh yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what'd you think about the performance today? I mean, the Saints were down 20-10 at halftime, and you know, seeing Tyler Shough, you know, in the offense, you know, rally back from 10 down, and also the defense, man, able to make those adjustments in the second half. What are your thoughts on the team performance today?
Well, TJ, like I always tell Saints fans all the time. Now the first half we don't do too good, but always and forever remember this: that the Saints are a second half team, and we always turn it up in the second half. I mean, you know, with all the miscues and all that kind of stuff, don't forget we improvise and utilize. We may not have our original starters like we used to, like Kamara and McCoy and all the rest of those guys, Neal and them guys. But look at all these new guys you see out here. I mean, you see Shough out there, you see Estime out there, you see Hall out there, you see Kevin Austin Jr. I mean, that's the thing I love about this team. There are so many reasons why I love this team so much, TJ. We always improvise and get younger and younger every week with these players that we got that we're using right now. And the way things are going now, you know, winning 4 in a row, even though we're not in the playoffs, I care less about that.
Yeah.
But the way the Saints are finishing strong, and you know, leaving out 2025 with a bang, going into 2026, and getting ready for these pesky Falcons next weekend. I mean, you got to feel good on that, bro. You got
man. I mean, you got to feel good at where the team is, you know, and you know, I mean, they're doing this with minimal talent. You know, I mean, yes. I hate to say it like that. I mean, I'm not saying that these guys aren't talented, but I mean, and if we're talking about compared to other NFL teams, like that talent is minimal. And that's why I feel like people have to like give like Tyler Shough like credit, man. Like this man is not out here with like Jamar Chase on one side and T. Higgins on the other. Like he's out there with guys that were practice squad guys. Yeah. The Saints picked up like early or midway through the season, and he's out there making things happen. Like I don't know what can convince. I don't know what can convince a Saints fan if they're watching Tyler Shough over the last, like even like since he started, like every week he gets better. And there's something about him that you see, you know, let's just say, for example, he makes one mistake last week. Like you don't see the same mistakes twice. Like he learned from his mistakes and he elevates everybody around him, which makes him, you know, like which makes him like a key player. Like it's amazing to watch, man. It's been a while since we've seen some good quarterback play consistently in New Orleans, man. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, me too. And and I know a lot of people going to agree with me, and some are going to disagree with me. But if I had a pick for offensive rookie of the year of 2025, we just witnessed it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that man is Tyler Shough.
Oh, yeah. I mean, nobody's playing. Like, first off, you know
No
they're gonna
disrespect to the other
try to
players,
find a
but
way.
That's my guy right there. That's my pick.
You know they always gonna try to find a way to put a quarterback in something. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he's a quarterback doing it. I mean, like, because if you look at it, I think the only other player like that's ahead of him on some people's chart is Roy McMillan, and that's a dependent position. Like his numbers are dependent on if Bryce Young can get him the ball. You know, like when you look at Tyler Shough, I mean, like if you're on offense, he's gonna get the ball every time, rather just to hand the ball off to somebody or throw the ball down the field. I mean, this guy today, Jerry, this man averaged 12.3 yards a pass.
Yes.
Like that, I mean, that means that almost for every throw that he made was a first down. That's incredible.
It is,
like,
man.
Like that was, you know, the crazy thing about it, Jared, is when you watch this dude play, the Saints can be like 2nd and 13, 3rd and 15, and he like converting them like it's nothing. He's throwing the ball on like a 2nd and 15, like the 15 yards is like 5 yards. Like it's crazy. Like to watch this dude like just get these chunk plays and the chemistry that he has. But you know what I think that's paying dividends for him? You know, in this game, a lot of these guys that he was out there with, you got to remember, Tyler Shough was on a scout team. Dante Pettis was out there with him. Kevin Austin was out there with him. Mason Tippin was out there with him. Malik Atavar was out there with him. These guys were on the scout team, on the practice squad. So a lot of that chemistry and rapport that he has stems back from early in the season, week 1, week 2, when he was on the scout team. So that's paying dividends now, man.
Absolutely, TJ. And like I was saying earlier, that's what the Saints do. They improvise and utilize. I mean, we can brag about our starters, but look at how these other guys done stepped up for the past 4 or 5 weeks. Look, Estime stepped up. You know, Austin Jr. caught a touchdown. You know, Pettis stepped up, even though it kind of disappointed me almost at the end of the first half. But hey, it is what it is.
Hey, it is what it is.
all I know is, TJ, we won not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 in a row. And that TJ, and that Who Dat Nation, everybody in the chat, that's a December to remember.
Right. I mean, they went undefeated in December. So that's a good thing, you know. So man, I have nothing but I can't give nothing but credit. I mean, and then the thing about it is we got to just be realistic about this too. You know, at the beginning of the season, we didn't feel like nothing was going right. Rather, it was from the coach selection, Mickey Loomis with the boneheaded decisions, all these different things. But I'm just gonna say this today. It's a lot of things. I'll leave people out of it. There's a lot of things that I said here that I didn't predict down the line. And the New Orleans Saints seem like they trending in the right direction. So if we can sit up here and criticize the team and bad decisions and some of the things that they made, we should be able to eat crow and be like, okay, man, we were wrong about some of these assessments, and they seem like they trending in the right direction. And I'm going to say there's a lot of things that I said I was wrong about, but I'm happy to be wrong about because it seemed like the team is trending in the right direction. You got anything else, Jerry?
No, TJ, that's all I have, man. Just happy we got our fourth win in this month, and in 2026 is only a few days away. And just winning up there in Nashville. I mean, it was a crazy ending, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, because oh my God, especially the last 2 or 3 minutes of that game in the fourth quarter. Oh my God, you have to be like in the edge of your seat as a Saints fan. You have to be in the edge of your seat as a Saints fan because it was just crazy,
right?
But now,
I mean,
I don't have any.
It was exciting. I mean, and then on top of that, when Dante Pettis fumbled that football, it was almost
my
like,
God.
oh, here we go again.
Oh my
But,
God.
you know, like,
It's like deja vu all over again.
Yeah, but to see them actually, like, you know, do something in reverse, like, you know, normally, like, something like that happen, Tennessee drives down the field, score a touchdown, and but the fact that they were able to get a defensive stop, still make a play, and you know, basically just take control of this game. Like, they dominated in the second half.
Yes, they did.
They absolutely dominated in the second half, man. But Jared, thank you so much, man. Like always, it's good to talk to you, and call back anytime.
We'll do, TJ, and you have yourself a great week. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Who that to y'all? Hey, our mission is not finished yet, because you know next week we got some unfinished business with them Dirty Birds in Atlanta.
Yeah, man, got to be able to finish the season strong. Can they make it 5 in a row? We'll see, man. But appreciate it,
7-10. I think we can.
Hey, I hope so.
Let's see what happens. And they're talking about second lining over there when they came to us. We're gonna do a little payback over there in Atlanta. We're gonna show them how we do a second line dance, not the Falcon fans.
They got to finish.
Thank God every day I'm not a Falcon.
I appreciate it, Jared. Call back anytime, man.
Will do, TJ. You be blessed, my brother.
You too. Yeah, man. Look, it's gonna be a tough game. It is not gonna be an easy game. You know, it's not gonna be an easy game. So you know the Falcons gonna want to sweep the Saints, and you know that the Saints, like you said, have some unfinished business. So we'll see, man. It was a rough outing. It was a rough outing last time for Tyler Shough against the Falcons. Let's see. Piano Dean, thank you very much for the $5. Said Tyler Shough is one of the X-Men. He playing like TJ. Who is your Bayou baller for this game and your runner up for the award? Also, TJ, do you draft Jeremiah Love first? Get another wide receiver, build an offensive line. Well, look, Bayou baller of the game, man. I mean, it goes without saying. Yeah, I mean, I would have to pick Tyler Shough, but in this case, I would have to say Audric Estime, man. I mean, we got to get this man some credit here, because the Saints was out here trying to run the ball like it was 1962, you know, like Vince Lombardi on the sidelines or something like that, with the 3 yards and a cloud of dust with Taysom Hill, you know, Taysom 3 yards and a cloud of dust Hill. And it just wasn't working, man. You know, like, why are you trying to run the ball up the middle when you have arguably the best interior lineman in football? You're going up against Jeffrey Simmons and a really good run stuffer and Sweat on the opposite side of him. It just didn't make any sense to me. Like, if you go back and you look at, like, when I was watching the game in the first half, I'm like, why are they running the ball up the middle? Like, that's running into the strength of the Tennessee Titans defense. But luckily for Kellen Moore, he made the adjustments. You start to see more stretch plays, toss plays. And Audric Estime, man, look, it wasn't the fact that this offensive line was just blocking for him so amazingly. Like, this dude was making guys miss. He was showing really good contact balance, and he was making, like, his own opportunities. And this is the reason why I feel like the New Orleans Saints may need to go after a guy like Jeremiah Love. Abso-freaking-lutely. Like, the further they get away from the top 10, the more I feel the New Orleans Saints need to go after Jeremiah Love, because they need somebody that's going to be a complimentary back, a guy that can be an every down back for him and can make their own opportunities. And he is that guy. So, absolutely. But the Bayou ball, I have to say Estime, you know, there's a couple other guys like Kevin Austin. I think that he played well in this game. You know, it's unsung heroes like that, man. I mean, we can always roll with a Tyler Shough. I mean, that goes without saying. But I would have to say Estime and Kevin Austin. I mean, Kevin Austin got his first touchdown of his career, and Audric Estime, man, I mean, he was just out there fighting for extra yards. There was that one play, man, where somebody tried to trip him. He spins around, lands on one foot, and just keeps running. Like, this guy is just, he's good, man. He's good. It's amazing. It's amazing to me how the New Orleans Saints, they found success in the Denver Broncos leftovers and Devon Vele and Audric Estime, because you remember that's where he came from, the Broncos. And if you watch the Broncos last season, like, he was running that ball like that. You know, he was running the ball like he was running today. So, I mean, the New Orleans Saints, look, I don't know. Like, they seem like they just go find some really good things in former Denver Bronco players. But let's see. I disagree, TJ. We need a big play wide receiver first. You can get a big play wide receiver in the second round. Like, you got to look at the draft, man. Every team is not going to need a wide receiver. This is a deep draft at wide receiver. And just because you get a wide receiver in the second round don't mean that, oh, man, this dude can't be a number one guy. You had one for quite some time, and the name was Michael Thomas. All right, let's go ahead and go on to Nate. Nate, how you doing, man?
TJ, my brother, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Mic check. What's up, brother? Who that? You know what I'm saying?
Who that, man? Appreciate you stopping by, man. Look,
You know,
there's a lot of things that you can say, man, at the beginning of the season.
It's love, TJ. I'm not an I told you so type of guy, but we're gonna talk about it real quick.
Yeah, look, hey, I hope you put $1 down on Tyler Shough. So you get that 25.
Bro, I wish so, bro. I wish I would have went there for real. But man,
Right.
like, bro, it's just like he's changed the energy of this fan base, bro. We back.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like the Who Dat Nation is back. Like, we're all on the same accord now. I would
Right.
say probably about 95% of this fan base is all in on him as quarterback. You got that 5%. Everybody ain't gonna like you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just really a good situation to be in, bro. We really probably got. Did you see like this week, Todd McShay redid his draft? He had Tyler Shough as the #1 pick in this past draft, bro.
Yep.
Like, Tyler Shough should be playing for the team we just beat. If we really, with the benefit of hindsight, they would have picked him. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a crazy situation, like just how a quarterback changes your life. And then you draft arguably a future Pro Bowl left tackle in the first round now. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Jonas Sanker, Quincy Riley, Devin Neal when he's healthy. Vernon Broughton was getting playing time before he got hurt. This draft has been just about perfect. I'm not about to sit here and talk about Mickey Loomis, but you got to give him props. Him, Jeff Ireland, the whole staff for this draft and this offseason as a whole, because Justin Reed, even though he had a rough game today, and it was probably more so because Sanker was missing some assignments, but still.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was a lot of good
interference. Yeah, that pass interference penalty, like, a lot of people would be like, man, what Justin Reed was doing, man.
He was covering up for him.
Flat-footed. He got caught flat-footed.
He got caught flat-footed, bro, and he just kind of left out. But, bro, you ain't mentioned Olave yet. But this man, I told you, bro, if you get this man a good quarterback who knows what he's doing out there and respect the Spencer Rattler, he's a part of this team. Hopefully he's our backup quarterback at least for the next 2 or 3 years, and one day he's going to be a starter somewhere. But you get him a quarterback that's out there and just not just like an athlete at quarterback, like a quarterback who's athletic, who can play from the pocket. Chris Olave is a stud, bro. You're seeing it right now, bro. And he has nobody out there with him right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just imagine when we get all these guys back off the injury list, Bailey, Trey Palmer, what's the other, Jalen Polk. Like, this is bro, our whole receiver room was just bit with injuries this year. You know what I'm saying? Alvin Kamara, what he does as a receiver. Even Neil, like what he did as a receiver before he got hurt. Like, bro, it's just so much positive stuff. And Chase Young, like, this man looked like the dude that should have been drafted #2. He's showing you why, bro. 8 sacks in 12 games. Like, that dog a hunt, bro. Like, for real. Bro, I couldn't be more excited, bro. This is a great Sunday. Like, and I understand it's the Tennessee Titans and they ain't that good, but oh well. Who that? I ain't trying to hear it.
Look, all I gotta say is I hate when people do this type of stuff. They'll be like, oh man, it's the Titans. But if man, go and watch these other shows where they talking about playing the Saints. They saying the same thing. It's like, man, they play, oh man, we beat the Jets. Man, the Jets saying the same thing. Like, oh man, we lost to the Saints. Like, the Saints aren't looked at as how we look at them like back in 2018, 2020. Like, they look at as bottom feeders too.
Yeah,
and I'm
we look like the best of the bottom feeders. We look like a team that's about to go from bottom feeder to a playoff potential team next year. But we could be thinking, really, we a game or two out of winning the division this year. Man, I gotta believe. I don't want to play hypotheticals, but if he'd have started at the beginning of the year, we win 1 or 2 more games, we could win the division next week with a win in Atlanta, bro. Yeah, like, for real.
I mean, I wasn't on board at the beginning, Nate. That's why I said I'm gonna give you your credit, because you said, man, they need to see what the young guy can do. I was skeptical about that, but I had to admit, I was like, I was wrong. If they would have maybe pulled the plug on Rattler a little earlier and decided to roll with him, I don't know what they was thinking. I don't know.
Even if like my one homeboy, I was talking to him before the show started, man. He's a Saints fan too. We both up here in Virginia. We both from Louisiana all the way up here in VA. But bro, like he was saying, bro, I told him the host, he said, bro, even if we'd have started him in week 4 or after we got smacked by Seattle, Just 1 or 2 games. You know what I'm saying? We could have let Rattler get his first 3 or 4 games because he didn't look like he he got a lot better from last year, but he didn't look like a superstar at all. Or like this kid looks like he could be a real star, bro.
No, yeah,
And he probably,
superstar.
man, bro,
Like-
like this is
like-
crazy.
Like how he be having like these other teams like quarterback featured on Sunday. I'm talking about like Saints getting a lot of primetime games because of this dude, man. Like
Yeah.
he,
Ooh, boy, I can't wait.
The thing about it is, Nate, he not just good. Like he got the like he can be
He look
elite.
cold.
Like he got
Oh,
tools
God.
to be elite. Like
Man, the arm.
man.
TJ, that arm strength is crazy. That ball just floats out of his hand. It's crazy. And when he knows where he's going, like it's a wrap. Like the ball he come out his back foot hit and it's out of there. Like and Kellen Moore's play calling even looks better. And he's calling the same plays. It looks better with this kid in the game. Like it's just crazy, bro. It's crazy, man.
It's amazing to actually watch this dude play. And like I said, the recipe for a really good quarterback is for him not to continuously make the same mistakes. Like you never see him make the same mistake twice. Rather it's take an unnecessary punishment. Rather, like you never really see him put the ball in harm's way. Like like he protects his wide receivers. Like I can't remember. Like, have you ever seen him like since he been throwing? Like, have you seen like him throw like a ball that was
the
like
hospital ball?
Take the head off. Like none of that. Like he
none of
the
that.
ball to the ground. Like for like the wide receiver to be able to get down to protect himself. Like all of those things that you want to see from a franchise starting quarterback, he possesses, man. So man,
Surgical,
he's
TJ.
a fight for so eyes, man.
Surgical is the word you're looking for, TJ.
Oh,
And when he gets going, he had like a stretch where he completed 8 or 9 passes in a row. Like when the rhythm is there, bro, you can see it. Like for real. The eye test, he's passing all of it. Like for real. Even being smart, protecting himself. He had a play where he was about to run. They called the read option. He kept it, but they was on it. He gave the dude a little juke, but then went straight to the ground. I'm not about to even try to run this dude over. You know what I'm saying? Like just smart, bro. Like it's what you call. And then look. I'm here to get blasted next year if he comes in and he just sucks all of a sudden because I see what I'm seeing right now is a star, bro. I'm not seeing just a regular quarterback. If you telling me the 49ers can make the Super Bowl with Brock Purdy, this is one of these dudes, bro. For real. Because I couldn't say Brock Purdy is better than this guy right now. And that's a dude that's been to a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
Man, and one more thing I want to tell you, Nate. One thing. The fact is, nobody was checking for this dude in the beginning. No, the only thing they were showing was like him at the combine with that bad throw.
Yeah,
he is playing so well that he is forcing the masses to have to admit that they were wrong about him. Like, you know how hard that is for a person that gives hot take on a major scale for you to sit up here like, man, I ain't see this coming. He is like everything that this guy has earned over the last 8 weeks, he has gained through his hard work and his quarterback play. That is why, like, if you're a Saints fan, you have to be excited about this. This man, like, came from nowhere, just basically just like his draft stock. Like, people like, who is Tyler Shough? Like, this man came out of nowhere and has everybody basically like saying his name. I seen John Gruden tweeting about him.
Gruden was on him before the draft, though. He did one of the little QB room things with him, and he was big on him because he was one of the only quarterbacks that was doing pro style stuff in high school and college. Right. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about like his snap count, like some of the dudes just clap. John Gruden hated that, but he was the one dude that can get in there and call out a snap count and do all that other stuff. Like he pro ready, bro. And I guess him being 26 years old probably got a lot to do with that. But at the same time, bro, like I'm not going to, because as a quarterback, you can play to almost 40. We could legit have a quarterback for the next 10 to 15 years, bro. Yeah. 10 to 15. Like we could do this all over again. We just had a Hall of Fame. I'm not saying he's going to the Hall of Fame. We just had a Hall of Fame quarterback, and it looked like we finally found at least a stud starter for the next 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what this guy can do, man. I haven't been excited watching no Saints football.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
for real. Look, it had us eating ourselves up because me and you was arguing last time I was up here about the same people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I never lost sight of that. And like I said, if I'm a man enough to sit up here and say, okay, man, I didn't feel right about it, I'm man enough to tell you that you were right. You called your shot. And you know what I'm saying, you was willing to sit there and you know what I'm saying, and sit on it and allow it to, you know, to marinate. So you
It's
know what I'm
love,
saying?
TJ. It's
We want
all
to let
love.
you
I'm
know
a big
that
fan of the show. I love what you do up here, bro. I'm with my wife. Be talking about me all the time. I'm always watching TJ. I rocks with you, big dog. You know what I'm saying?
Now, look
But
at
like, I just felt strongly about. I just didn't see it with Rattler. I'm not saying he's just the worst quarterback, but I didn't see the it factor with him. And I was
fair
just
enough.
like, let's put the kid in there. We just spent a second round pick on him. Don't just let him sit in there. And if they would have did it 2, 3, 4 games earlier, man, the season we'd be talking. We'd be the real scariest team. That team that nobody would want to play in the playoffs right now. Because
Yep.
we got talent on the team, like Demario Davis is still playing like a stud. Cam Jordan, fountain of youth year right now. I really think he about to retire. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Trey, what's my boy name? Chase Young and Alante. We better resign Alante Taylor because he was amazing today. He could have had like 4 interceptions, bro.
Man,
He dropped like 4 of them.
the thing about like I always say, Alante Taylor, like he got to get that bad play out of the way first. Like he gonna get beat. He gonna get beat one time bad,
right?
And then
exactly.
After that, he just dial in. Like his tackling gonna be sound.
Yeah,
he gonna be coming off the blitz. I don't know, man. It's like he have to get that bad play out of the way and it just kind of wake him up. I don't know if it's like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's like that every game, but it's like he makes one mistake and then after that, it's like he just dials in and make plays. So
yeah, nah, bro.
But Nate, I appreciate it, man. It's good
Much
to talk
love,
to
my
you.
brother.
And look, glad to have these type of conversations, man, where we can talk about some good stuff.
Bro,
going
I
on
got a
with the
feeling.
team. My goodness,
I got a feeling for the next few years we're gonna be having a lot of good conversations like this, bro. Big time.
Look, from your mouth to God's ears.
You
Man.
know what I'm saying? Take it easy, big dog. Happy holidays to you and yours, bro.
Yeah, man. Same to you, man. Happy New Year as well, man.
Who that?
Yeah, shouts out to Nate, man. Look, it was only right to give Nate the floor because we had a conversation and Nate was like standing on business. He stood on business about Chris Olave. Felt all you need was a quarterback. Felt like they needed to go in a different direction with Tyler Shough, man. So that definitely, you know, what they needed to do, and you know, it looked like Olave is starting to come alive, man. You know, and you know, and it's good to see, man. I tell people all the time. I tell people this all the time. I don't care about being wrong when it comes to the Saints. I don't mind admitting when I'm wrong. If I say something and it turns out that it's not that way, or the Saints end up proving me wrong, look, great, because I don't want to be wrong about. I mean, I don't want to be right about something that this team, you know, lacks. I want people to step up. I don't care. I don't care like somebody, man, you were wrong about this. Who cares? Like if the team winning, man, I'll be wrong all day. That, you know, like that, but it's all about getting better, and this team is actually getting better. You got to give credit to Mickey Loomis, even though we don't want to. It seemed like, you know, he did right this season. A lot of really good decisions that he has made this season, and you got to give him credit for it, regardless of how you may feel about the man or not. All right, but we're gonna go to Dalton. Dalton, how you doing, man?
What's up, bro? How are you?
Man, I'm doing fine, man. What you got for us today?
Well, I mean, I give credit to Tyler Shough, though. He's doing good. I mean, Chris Olave is doing this thing, though. Dante Pettis, though, even on the fumble, though, I know it happens, though. Shout out to Kevin Austin, though, finally got a touchdown, though. But the only thing I kind of wished, though, they need to get rid of Taysom Hill experiment, though. Like, it's just not working anymore, and that is my opinion.
No, it's not. It's not working. It's not working because I don't know what it is, man. Like, it just wasn't a good idea. In some cases, like if you have a questionable like interior line that you're actually going up against, maybe it'll work. But just wasn't gonna work today, man. Too stout up front are the Tennessee Titans. It just didn't work, Dalton. And I'm glad that they actually made those adjustments and they started to use an Ultric estimate, man, because I was very concerned that they were going to continue to try to run into this brick wall and try to penetrate it, man. I don't know, man. That's like, I don't know if you watch Stranger Things, but it's like them trying to penetrate and break through the wall to get Vecna. I mean, it's just not working, you know? Like, just ain't working, bro.
Also, like, when people down on Shough, though, everybody thought they're going to get the first overall pick. Shaugh's like this. Man, I'm going to make y'all mad, though. We're not getting the first overall pick. I'm just trying to make sure y'all win, though. See how that feels.
Yeah, look, and I want you to expound on this too, Dalton, because since the beginning of the season, you was like Saints fans were going at Tyler Shough, and some of them like wanted like Shadur Sanders as the quarterback and stuff like that. But you stood firm. You was like, man, like, you know, we need to believe in Tyler Shough. Tyler Shough is our quarterback, and you know, some people, you know, kind of gave you backlash about this. So how do you feel knowing that, you know, that you stood, you know, on business when it comes to that, and now it's starting to pay dividends as what we see from Tyler Shough?
Actually, I really love it. I mean, glad he's proven us, though. The only thing that makes me happy right now, Glad, is staying healthy, though. The one thing concerns me was his injury, because we know he has injury issues in the college.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had injury hit, like, but it was like freak accident injuries. And, you know, I'm always like, I always have a cause to pause in those type of situations because, man, like, it's just like today, the first play from scrimmage, right? So the Saints make a run play. I believe it was Taysom Hill. And somebody rolls up on the leg of Jack Stool. Like Jack Stool was just blocking, right? He just had his back turned and somebody rolled up on his ankle, you know, and he missed the game. He was out. He had to get carried to the sidelines. It's just one of those unfortunate situations. But in a lot of these games that the Saints have won and they have battled, like Tyler Shough has taken some punishment. Rather is him getting sacked a bunch of times, rather is him fighting for extra yards. So he's showing you a level of toughness that you need to see from your quarterback. And I think that alone has really got his teammates to rally around him, because every time like you see him on the ground or whatever, you see all his teammates coming to pick him up. And that shows you, right? That's the ultimate respect for a quarterback and a player on the team, where everybody just goes and they rally around him. So it's good to see Tyler Shough showing that toughness, and hopefully he can maintain that level of toughness where, you know, he won't be missing games.
Exactly. I mean, I'm glad Esmond steps up, though, but I still think we need running game. Like, AK's declining, though. Miller's coming off the injury. Neal's rookie. I don't know if he's a true number one running back, though. Like, in my opinion, we need a true number one running back who can do it all. Like, could run, catch screen, kind of like similar like Austin Eckler, Saquon Barkley, Ezekiel Elliott when Kellen Moore was coaching in the past years.
Yeah. I agree with that. Like, that's why I'm pinpointing Jeremiah Love. Like, the more the Saints start to improve offensively, and Nate hit the nail on the head. We're talking about Trey Palmer, who I feel like has a lot of talent, Jalen Polk, who has a lot of talent, and, you know, along with Chris Olave, I think that's I ain't even mentioned Devon Bailey. That's a formidable wide receiver room that you got there, Dalton. So if you can get yourself a running back, you know, like, have a conversation with Alvin. I'm not saying if you want to bring Alvin back, fine, but let him know, like, okay, man, you're going to be splitting time in the backfield with this guy right here. And then you could maybe add like a Devin Neal or something like that into it. Me personally, I like Kendre Miller, but Kendre Miller was not a Kellen Moore guy, even though like he played well early in the season. So I think that makes him the odd man out. So, man, if you can get Jeremiah Love, Alvin Kamara, and Devin Neal, man, you got yourself a good 1-2 punch right there. And if you want to keep Estime as a guy, then I say, man, that'll be a formidable running back room.
Agreed. And also, whether it's a running back or wide receiver, no matter what, though, we need a return specialist, in my opinion.
Yeah. Mason Tipton he's been doing pretty well as a returner. But, yeah, I agree. Like, the Saints have done a really good job finding, like, these big-time return guys. Like, Deontay Hardy, when he was with the Saints, he was a really good return guy. Rashid Shaheed, of course. So, man, they do a really good job at finding these guys from these small schools that probably, you know, had like NCAA records for return yards and all that. So if they can find somebody like that, man, a dynamic player that can flip the field, I think that'll be a plus too, man. They do a really good job at finding those special teams guys.
Exactly. Speaking about the special teams, though, even though we won, though, we need to get rid of the punter. Like, what was that 7 yards punter? Like good grief.
Man, that was ugly. Look, I'm gonna say this. At the beginning of the game, it was a strong wind gust out there. That was the reason why when the Saints won the toss, they deferred. And if you notice, the Tennessee Titans, they picked a way where the wind was, you know, against their back. And the Saints were actually going into the wind to start the game. So when he punted that ball, man, I mean, that wind took that ball. But look, Kyle Kroger, man, I mean, he has to get better, or they got to bring somebody else in. But I think I can't remember who said this. Might have been Nate. He said this in a chat. he'll say since the Saints got rid of Thomas Morstead, the Saints have yet to replace him. And Thomas Morstead is still in the league somewhere punting. So I don't know. They're gonna have to fix this punting situation. I think they got the right guy in Charlie Smith, man. He missed that first field goal, but he bounced back, man. So I think they got the right field goal kicker. I'm not too sure about the punter.
I like Charlie Smith though. Speaking about that though, ever since we let go Blake Groupie with the Colts, they've been winless ever since he went to the Colts.
Yep. 4-4. And with the same they 4-1 since they got rid of Groupie, and the Colts are 0-4. So when he said a winning culture, yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe it was the curse of Blake Groupie or something like that, right? I mean, saying that. At the end of the day, the Saints are riding high, and I hate to see that for the coach, man, because I was actually enjoying seeing them kind of grow as a team in the AFC South. But this might be the death knell for Shane Steichen, unfortunately. Now that Carly Ursay Gordon, she's the new owner, so she don't seem like she with the mediocrity, so he might end up losing his job, to be honest with you, man.
In my opinion, though, I think Chris Ballard should have been fired. Though you still couldn't find no quarterbacks. Though Daniel Jones was kind of doing better before his injury. You lost the first round pick due to Sauce Gardner trade. Though they don't have first round picks now.
I don't think they knew that. I mean, of course they had Daniel Jones at the time they made the trade. I don't think they would have made that trade if they wouldn't have had Daniel Jones. But I think it was about the possibilities of what they can actually be. Because you have to think about the time. I mean, the Texans were actually 0-3, and then they're 11-5 now, so they got red hot. So it was a lot of things that went wrong with the Indianapolis coach, down the stretch. But man, it's we'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see what they're gonna end up doing. But all I know is Blake Groupie ain't won a football game with the coach. So I don't understand where that energy was with the Saints. He has nobody to blame but himself for being cut. But at the end of the day, I mean, if he wants to keep that type of energy, you got to make sure that you maintain it too. And you got to be ready for the smoke, because people are going to be coming at him now that he said he went to a winning culture. And if you being honest, the Saints have more of a winning culture these last couple of weeks than the Colts do. You got anything else, Dalton?
Well, about the defense, though, I mean, don't be wrong, I like Lante Taylor, though. I don't really hate him. I think here's my problem, though. I don't know if it's because he don't fit this system for Brandon Staley's this system, or he just more like a safety and then cornerback, though. Because me personally, he doesn't want to play, though. I think he should be converted like the safety, kind of like similar like Malcolm Jenkins when he was a rookie as a cornerback, if I'm not mistaken. And they shift him to safety, though. I would have put him in safety, see how that works, though. But I don't think he wants to, though. But about the secondary, we need a true number one cornerback, like shutdown corner.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, look, if there's a cornerback that's going to be there, like if you want to get Mansour Delane or whatever, like if you want to get somebody like that, the cornerback out of LSU, feel free to do so. I mean, to me, I think that Kool-Aid McKinstry has played well down the stretch. Like early in the season, it was a struggle, but I think he really turned the corner. But I do think that Quincy Riley just has to go through the growing pains. They picked on him today, but I think that he's a solid guy. The thing about Alontae Taylor, I think that, he can do so many different things across across the defense. He can play safety. He's a really good tackler. He's around the football. If I can give Alontae Taylor one bit of advice, I'd be like, man, you need to go out and chill out with the wide receivers after practice or something. Like, go get the jugs machine, because this guy could have had 3 interceptions in his game. If he had better hands, then he probably could have housed one of them. So exactly. I don't know, man. I know a lot of these guys play cornerback because they can't catch well. But I'm telling you, man, if he can learn how to become a better catcher of the football, and he probably can lead the league in interceptions, because the way that the Saints have him playing defensively, it's kind of similar to when C.J. Gardner-Johnson was playing in a Dennis Allen defense, and then he went to Philly, and they had him going across the field in the secondary in all different multifaceted ways, and he led the NFL in interception. So you need somebody he's playing that type of role. He just has to be ready to catch football, man.
Exactly.
Man, Alontae Taylor can mess around and be flirting with an All-Pro.
And also, before I get out there, one thing though, Man, feed Danny Stutzman though. Like, give him a reps though. Pete Warner, I don't think he's not it anymore though. Davis, he's getting old though. But like, come on, feed Danny Stutzman. Like, he's the future.
Yeah, they've been using Danny Stutzman. Like Danny Stutzman, I want to say he was like second or third in tackles today. Yeah, he was third. He had 6 tackles. And you know the best thing about this, Dalton, look, these are your young guys that were out here making plays, man. Because I did like the halftime report when I was looking at the box score and the stats, and I was like, where's Demario Davis? Demario Davis only had 1 tackle in the game. And at the top, it was Danny Stutzman. I said, okay, that's what you want to see. That's what you want to see. You want to see those young players at the top. And you want to see those older veterans kind of being there, still making plays, of course. Like we see Cam at the sack, but he wasn't leading the defensive line in tackles. You get what I'm saying? So that's what you want to see, and it was good to see. And you can tell the Saints have they got big plan for Danny Stutzman, because if you notice, week after week, his production starts to grow and Pete Warner's starts to drop. So I think that's pretty much the writing on the wall for me.
Exactly. Yeah. Also, Happy New Year to you and Happy New Year to the chats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Happy New Year to you, man. And I hope you had a Merry Christmas and you and your family, man. And you know you can always call back anytime, Dalton.
All right, sure. Thank you so much. And Merry Christmas to y'all.
Yeah, man. Merry Christmas to you too. Good luck to your Buffalo Bills, man.
Thanks, man. We're getting that. We got butt whoop. Sorry for saying cursing. I mean that word.
Man, what the score is? Hold on. What's
13-0 on halftime.
Oh, 13. Okay, I'm looking at it right now.
The Eagles are 13, Bills 0.
They got to get it done. Like they're not going to have a better chance at making a Super Bowl than they would right now. I mean, no Burrow. Lamar Jackson, he ain't question. Like you got some of the top tier quarterbacks that are not going to be in a playoff. Josh Allen they got to find a way to get it done. Man.
Right quick though, since you kind of subject though, if Bills defense can't get it together, that's gonna be a problem with the Bills. Like Bills defense are issues.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with the age. They got to get a little bit younger on the defensive side of football. A lot of veterans, a lot of guys been in a lot of battles. So I just think that they have to maybe get a little bit younger and get a little bit more speed on the defensive side of football. So if they can do that, then they'll be fine. But that's what happens, man, when you get yourself an elite quarterback, when he demands the majority of the money, you got to make sure that you're making the right decisions financially from the front office. So, we'll see, though, man. I want to see Buffalo do it, man. I think that this might be their best chance to be able to do it. But I know Denver and New England going to have something to say about that. But we'll see, man. They beat New England, came back from behind to beat them one time. To say that they can't do it again. All right, but Dalton, I appreciate it, man. Call back anytime.
All right, sure, bro. Thanks.
All right, take care. Yeah, man. I mean, look, they came from behind to knock off the New England Patriots before, so not out of the realm of possibility the Buffalo Bills won't be able to do that joint again. So all right, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move on to Jules. Jules, how you doing, man?
TJ.
Hey, how you doing, man? What you got for us?
Look, man, I'm pulling for the Saints next week.
Talking about against the Falcons?
Yeah, y'all got to defeat the Falcons.
Oh, man, I hope so.
Will be I'm praying that y'all have strength.
Man, it should be an interesting game, man. I mean, look, Kirk Cousins, he's a guy that's a wily veteran, been around for a while. We seen him kind of make plays down the stretch, but man, the Saints got to be able to convert. And there was a lot of things defensively that Atlanta did to the Saints. They're gonna have to make sure that that don't happen again. But might be a much better version of the Saints this time around. And it should be an interesting game, man, because I'm pretty sure the Falcons want to sweep the Saints, and the Saints want to finish the season strong on that 5-game winning streak. So, what's up with your Ravens, man? Y'all won last night, but yeah, Derrick Henry, he had 4 touchdowns in the game or something like that. I mean, balling out there. But, I mean, no Lamar, man, in and out the lineup, man. What's going on here, man?
I've been praying, man. That's what I've been doing. Well, I don't know. Look.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Look, I feel like when it comes down to Lamar Jackson, I think that he's talented, but I think he's been playing this season with a lot of injuries. And I don't know, man. That defense ain't what it used to be, man. Jules, what's going on, man?
All right, we're there though, man. We got to just keep on handing the ball off to Derrick Henry, man.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
Man, look, he got to hold on to the football though, man.
that's all right, man. We keep on rolling to the river.
Look, man, look. I want to see Lamar Jackson in that bowl, man, one time, bro. I want to see him in that bowl one time.
If we defeat Pittsburgh next week, we'd be right there. Like, I didn't expect us to make it to the damn playoffs. I mean, like, we beat Pittsburgh next week. We're there chilling. Gonna give me a nice like some Modelo's.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm shocked you got a Modelo right now. We got the Bush.
We got the Bush Lights, low budget joints.
Man, got that tall boy. I know that boy look cold. yeah, Drake, look cold. That boy look cold. Hey, man, look, it's always a pleasure chopping it up with you, Jules, man. I'll let you go ahead and get back to your Bush, man. This part of the segment with Jules is brought to you by Bush Light. Make sure you can afford the beer. Hey, man, look, always a pleasure to speak with you, man. And call back anytime, man. You got to make sure you call back, man, after that Pittsburgh game.
All right. Yes.
All right. Take it easy, my brother.
All right.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy, Jules. Oh, man, that boy look cold. That boy holding that thing, sweating, beaming. Sweat beaming down the can. They said, boy, TJ carrying this call. Hey, man, look. Hey, Simple, you already know what it is, man. Don't act like don't act like you don't know what's going on, man. Don't act like you don't know what's going on. You probably got a Bush can in your hand. Oh, man. Shouts out to everybody watching this right now. 719 people watching this live right now. Ask that you hit the like button. Really do appreciate everybody's time. I'm going to dedicate the next few minutes to the chat. All right, next few minutes to the chat after I break down and tell you all the stats here, okay? Tyler Shough, 22 of 27, 333 yards, 2 touchdowns, sacked twice, quarterback rating of 142.7. And check out this average. 12.3 yards per play. That 12.3 yards per play, that's like for every pass that he threw was a first down. That's insane, man. I mean, even though that's not the case, but for the most part, it's like every time he put the ball in there, it ended up being a first down. All right, Altric Estime, he had 14 carries for 94 yards and a touchdown. Tyler Shough, 4 carries for 6 yards. Evan Hall, 2 carries for 3 yards. Taysom Hill, 3 carries, no yards. Chris Olave, 8 catches for 119 yards. Juwan Johnson, 4 catches for 95. Look, this is another person that we gotta give an apology to. Got to give apology to Juwan Johnson. Juwan Johnson was talked about, made fun of, then questioned his contract and all that other stuff. And I ain't putting nobody else in this. You get in where you fit. And I'm talking about from my perspective. I felt the Saints could do better at the tight end position, but Juwan Johnson has definitely stepped up. I mean, he almost has like 1,000 yards. Like he's not going to get 1,000 yards unless he just go crazy against the Falcons. But this like his connection and his chemistry with Tyler Shough is amazing to see. So, man, you got to give credit to Juwan Johnson, man. Man been stepping up, making plays. And, you got to give him credit, man, because we were making fun. I was talking about him. I ain't going to say we. I was talking about him because I felt like he left a lot to be desired, but he's been stepping up lately. Dante Pettis, 3 catches for 53 yards. Fumbled that football near the goal line. That was a really good yards after the catch. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know Dante Pettis fumbled that football, but we can kind of talk about it now. I haven't seen a wide receiver for the Saints do nothing like that, and I don't know how long. Like, I'm talking about catch the ball, make somebody miss, and get yards after the catch. So that was good to see, regardless of how it turned out. He got to hold on to the football. Ball security is key, but it was good to see that. Kevin Austin, 4 catches, 52 yards, and a touchdown. Molidi Mataval, he had 2 catches for 10 yards. Ultra Estimate had 1 catch for 4 yards. This is what you don't want to see. Dante Bettis fumbling the football, lost it. Tyler Shough fumbled the football earlier. I mean, great play by Jeffrey Simmons. I mean, as soon as Tyler Shough turned to his left, I mean, Simmons was like right there extending his hand out to his chest. So it wasn't really anything he can do about that. I mentioned Alontae Taylor, 9 total tackles, 4 pass deflected, 1 quarterback hit. Kool-Aid McKinstry had 6 tackles, 2 pass deflections. Danny Stutzman had 6 tackles. Demario Davis had 6 tackles and a half of a sack. P. Warner had 5 tackles in a game. Cam Jordan with 5 tackles, 1 sack. Chase Young with 4 tackles, 1.5 sacks. Quincy Riley with 4 tackles. You got Ernest Sinker, Jonah Williams, Jonathan Bullard, Nate Shepard, and John Ridgway all had 3 tackles. Jonah Williams also had a sack along with his 3 tackles. You got Justin Reed and Devine Godshaw with 2 tackles. Isaac Yadam, Mike Davis, Carl Granderson, Chris Rumpf, Ronnie Bell all had 1. But look, I'm going to tell you this. Carl Granderson, that's not where you want Carl Granderson to be, especially a guy who has been extended. You expect for him to be kind of that double-digit sack guy. Hasn't really done too much of anything, down the stretch. So he's going to have to step it up, man. He gonna have to step it up, But you need Carl Granderson to make some plays. But I mean, the defense really made some plays today, stepped up and really shut down the Tennessee Titans in the second half. All right, let's go ahead and read some of these comments. It says TJ, I still say draft the tight end. Yeah, I mean, look, you can draft the tight end, King Arthur, but that's not something that I would say that the Saints would need like in the first 2 rounds, like maybe like round I don't know, 4 or something like that. We may need to go on an apology tour, TJ. I don't need to go on. I don't think I'm gonna go on an apology tour, but I always say, man, I don't want to be right about some of the things I say or question this team about. So I don't have a problem with that. Like because nothing that I say is personal to a point. I'll probably joke around a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't like to a point where I have like, just vitriol or something like that towards a player. I just want to see this team live up to their full potential. And when you know that guys have that capability and not really living up to it, like it's not a good thing. But look, prove me wrong. I don't care. Like you can play my reels back over and over again. Look, he said this. Like I don't care. Like as long as you're getting the job done, that's all that matters to me. We was on Jawan's ass. Yeah, I mean we was. I mean, but look, justifiably so. Like justifiably so. It wasn't like people were just sitting up here like just making this stuff up out of thin air. Like he had to play better, dropping passes. Now he seemed like he catching those tough passes. Like he was targeted 4 times, caught all 4. I think he was targeted 5 times last week, caught all 5. So look, man, like you got to do better. You got to do better. He stepped up, and people quiet. That's what you want. Like when people don't. I don't want to sit up here and be talking about no Juwan Johnson every week, talking about he not living up to potential. So I'm glad that he's living up to it. Only if the opponent was the Tennessee Titans every week. Look, nah, bro, come on, man. We're not gonna do this to the Saints. All right, let's think about this. Okay, against the Miami Dolphins, the Saints could have won that game. Chris Olave, ball went through his hands, right? The Saints played against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that were fighting for their playoff life. Regardless to if you talk about what Tampa look like right now, the New Orleans Saints beat Tampa when they needed a win. The Saints beat Carolina when they needed a win. If the Saints would have lost to Carolina, then guess what? Last week when Carolina won, they would have won the division. So the Saints knocked them off, knocked off Tampa Bay, and then we can talk about the Jets and the Titans all day and night. But the fact of the matter is, it's not like the Saints were just out here going up against teams that didn't have nothing like to play for. Like the 2 teams within their division, they're going to play next week for the right to find out who is going to be the winner of the NFC South. So let's not just sit up here and just ho-hum whatever on the New Orleans Saints, because we know that the New Orleans Saints are a team that is trying to figure it out. So imagine if the New Orleans Saints would have lost to the Jets, would have lost to the Titans today. Like, it wouldn't have felt good. So, look, I'm not trying to poo-poo on nothing. Like, we can sit up here and talk about, oh, man, they lost to such and such, such and such. Man, they beat, so who cares? Like, no. What you have is a young, inexperienced quarterback that has no business playing as good as he has with the minimal talent at this position. Like, he is elevating average talent in the eyes of NFL prognosticators and scouts or what have you. And this man is going out there making plays. Like, if we're going to sit up here and say, oh, man, well, they played the Titans. Look, I don't care who they played. I don't care who they play. If you look at the Titans' talent, like on the offensive side of the football, like going like line for line, bar for bar, like these dudes ain't no slouches. Like they formidable compared to what the New Orleans Saints have out there going up against them. Young, inexperienced secondary players going up against some guys that can get it done. Tony Pollard can get it done. I mean, the tight end that they have, this man almost got 1,000 yards. Offensive line, as y'all can see, the Saints can barely even get through that at all. Cam Ward, for the most part, can knit a sweater in that pocket. So it's not like these dudes went like up to task, and they were playing in Nashville. And they had a 10-point lead. At the beginning of the season, we know that the New Orleans Saints would have been down 10, game would have been over. Might well go find something else to do. I came here to eat my crow. Tyler Shough is a really good quarterback. Look, man, it is what it is, man. Like I said, if we're gonna, that's one thing about this show, and there's one thing about the people that watch this show that I appreciate. If you're wrong about something, we'll say it. Like it's not to a point where people are like, oh man, all you gonna do is be negative, and people are like, oh, TJ, you said this. Like I did. And I turned around and I said I was wrong. But people never catch the, I'm wrong show. They always, Teen Titans, remember the Titans, and your mama Titan. TJ, the icing on the cake would be Tyler balling out against the Falcons. He has to get his christening by smoking. Yeah, bro. Look, great quarterback play. If he beat the Falcons, I guarantee you the Saints fans that are straddling the fence for reasons that are beyond me, they ain't gonna have no point but to jump off the fence. Like Tyler Shough has superstar. Like he has superstar written on him. Like this dude can be an NFL superstar if he stays healthy. Like I am not being prisoner of the moment, bro. I promise you, I am not being prisoner of the moment. This man can be an NFL superstar. He checks all the boxes. It's so refreshing to watch this dude play the quarterback position, and him being just like, I know he's 26, but he's still playing in the NFL for the first time in his first season. Like it is unbelievable to watch this dude, and like how he's just like unflappable. Like this man converting third and 12s, second and 15s, like it's 3rd and 1. It's amazing, man, and how he's able to like just audible at the line of scrimmage, call out his protections. It's amazing, man. It's amazing to see a guy in his first year be able to command the offense the way that he has. Shucking and jobbing feels so good not having to force drafting a quarterback next year. Exactly. And look, you can go into the NFL draft. You can go into the NFL draft, some guy, knowing that you don't have to address the two most important positions on a football team, in my opinion. The quarterback position and a guy that protects his blind side. You sold that up in this draft. Calvin Banks is the cornerstone left tackle. As long as he stay healthy. He's been the most healthiest guy on the offensive line. Everybody on that offensive line has missed time for the exception of Calvin Banks. Every last one of them guys missed time on the line for the exception of Calvin Banks. So you got yourself your cornerstone left tackle. Seems like you got yourself your franchise quarterback. Now you can go into the draft to be able to build around him. Get yourself a running game. Get yourself a running back. Get yourself a wide receiver. Get yourself a tight end. Maybe get yourself another pass rush. Somebody that could possibly be that double-digit sack type guy that can wreak havoc alongside Chase Young. That's what you can do. People up here talking about a top 5 pick, man. We way beyond that now. Like you looking forward to top 5 picks when you feel like everything, like all hope is lost. Like everything is just hopeless. Like the last 4 to 5 weeks has shown you that Saints football actually has hope. So why are we still out here looking for a top 3 pick checking Tankathon? Like I can care less. I can care less about Tankathon right now. Wherever the Saints land, it could be between 8 and 10. Right now, according to Tankathon, the Saints have the 8th pick in the draft. 8th pick in the draft. Good, fine by me. Fine by me, man. I have no problem with that. I'm okay with the Saints drafting a lineman with the first pick because we got to protect Shough. Absolutely. Tyler brings back confidence that we can drive the field and win a game. Yep. Just keep that man upright and give him a running game. Forget the picks. This draft class has outperformed all our expectations. Yep. That's why we got to give credit to Mickey and Loomis. Got to give them credit. Don't, maybe not want to. Probably. All right, credit to Mickey. Probably have to breathe heavy when you say it, but hey, give credit to Mickey Loomis and his front office for putting this thing together. And then on top of that, folks, when we were out here talking about, oh man, the Saints need to get this, we get that. Oh man, the Saints out here. This is me. Oh, the Saints are out here. You know, they getting these wide receivers $2 for $3, this, that, and the third. And they were staying true to themselves to try to get back to the middle of the cap. That's why a lot of these guys that they're actually selecting, young guys, right? They ain't out here getting the 30-somethings. A lot of the players that they're getting that's going to be contributing next year, 24, 25 years old, right? They ain't out here trying to get no 30, 31, 32-year-old guys. And then on top of that, you know, really benefited from this whole situation with the trade and everything like that with Shaheed, Chris Olave. Chris Olave had I don't think you would have seen this. Like, I think that you probably would have seen Chris Olave making plays, but the fact that the Saints would utilize Rashid Shaheed as their down the field threat, as their vertical threat, I feel like it hurt Chris Olave's production. Because now Chris Olave is that speedster, the guy to take the top off the defense. Now you're seeing Chris Olave be that deep threat, running those deep posts, right? Big time touchdowns, 15, 20 yards down the field. That is how his bread was buttered at Ohio State. He was the vertical threat with Garrett Wilson and Jackson Smith and Jigba was on the team with him. You know, and Jamison Williams for a short period of time. He was the vertical threat. And now it's like he can go back to being that vertical threat on top of, you know, being a part of the short intermediate routes. It has helped him, you know, be able to burst through the seams. So, you know, the fact of the matter is like when the Saints decided to move on from Shaheed, it sucked, but in a way, it made the offense like more effective. It made them more effective. The winning window is open. I'm all in with Kellen Moore and Tyler Shough. I've been eating smothered crow over rice with a side of potato salad all day. Oh, man. Desi, you just had a po' boy and a big shot, huh? No other reason you should be late. Desi, your picture looks great. Man, Dalton out here shooting his shot. Good job out to Desi. Let's see. Peanut Nola 504 repost this stream. Yeah, man, what's going on, man? Shouts out to my guy, man. Shouts out to my guy Everett, man, out here. Shouts out to Everett Jr., man, doing big things out there in the media world, man. Looking forward to seeing great things coming from your son, man, out there in the media world. Always checking out his coverage out there, you know, doing news stories and stuff like that. So keep up the good work, man. Keep up the good work. And like father, like son. That shows a lot, man, how much of an impact a dad can have on his son like that. Ever, you know, out here, you know, doing different, you know, videos and stuff like that, talking Saint football, and look at the pet. And y'all see my little man out here. Now he want to do little pregame and postgame, little clips and highlights. So, yeah, man, nothing like it, man. Never know who watching you. We just need the running back from Notre Dame. Love. I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we need to establish the run for real. Yeah, man, I was just glad Alstrick Estime was able to step up and make some plays, man. Like I was saying it. I was saying this on the watch along that we did for the first half, and I was like, the Saints need that running back that can be able to make somebody miss, man. Like, cause like opportunity ain't not going to always be there. Like you may think the offensive line going to be able to open up a hole or a lane for you, but sometimes you might need to cut back, reverse field or something like that, and make somebody miss. That's what you're missing. TJ, it was great seeing EJ here in Gulfport. Oh, you talking about Everett Jr.? Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. He doing amazing work out there, man. Shouts out to EJ. I'm excited for next season. Definitely build around Shough, and we take the South back. Yeah, man. It's just like, man, you just wish they didn't catch fire, too late. Just too late. It kind of reminded me of that year a couple of years ago where they got hot and but they ended up like needing some help in order for them to make the playoffs, and it was like one of the hottest teams. So hopefully they can build on this momentum, man. The run game will be ultra important next season. Got to slow down that Atlanta pass. They sacked Shough 5 times last game we played. They're gonna get them sacks, man. They're gonna get them sacks. That's just what it is. You just got to make sure that you're able to make some plays down the stretch though. But they're gonna get them sacks, bro. It's bittersweet, but I'm glad they are where they are. That estimate touchdown run was nice. Yeah, it was a minute, man, since we seen a long run from a running back. TJ, how are you approaching the early rounds of the draft? What position you taking with I guess you mean rounds 1 through 3 of the first 3 picks here. Look, I'm getting Jeremiah Love first round, offensive line, a wide receiver in the second round, wide receiver, offensive line in the third, like whatever you want to switch it up, right? I just think that the Saints to me, they need so many different things, but they need a complementary, back. You know what I'm saying? Like they need somebody that's like an every down back. They need somebody that's going to be able to help and alleviate the pressure off Tyler Shough. Like I think that with Olave, Devon Vele, Jalen Polk, Trey Palmer, I think that you have a formidable wide receiver group. And if you want to add another guy to go alongside Chris Olave, be that 50-50 ball guy, I'm all for it. But look, they need a running back. They need a running back. They need an offensive line. Now, you got some money that you can play with, Keen Arthur. So I look at it this way. If the New Orleans Saints were to draft Jeremiah Love, and let's just say, for example, in free agency, they end up getting a guard in free agency, right? Somebody that can be, a solid guy, right? Like how Larry Warford was for a couple of years with the Saints, right? Somebody like that, right? That's what you need. You need somebody like that. But to me, I'm not messing around with no Cesar Ruiz next year. And if you get Cesar Ruiz, if you want to keep him over there, I guarantee you, man, it better be a right guard competition. It better be a right guard competition. But you got to fix this interior. This interior is in shambles. It's in shambles. Like they can't do anything. They can't do anything consistently. And we can talk about Eric McCoy. And yes, Eric McCoy would make a difference, but he's been injured quite a bit over the last couple of years. So hopefully you can find yourself a guard that can probably originally play center, and you can probably shift them over to guard. Probably play guard, but also can play center as well. That's what you need. But I ain't got no problem with Luke Fortner. Luke Fortner has been playing pretty well. Not the best, but been pretty solid. But to answer your question, running back, wide receiver, offensive lineman. We need a Ted McMillan type next year. Yeah. I mean, you got that. You got that. That's Bailey. That's Bailey, Akeem. That's who Devon Bailey is for you. He is your Ted McMillan. Might be time to look for a center too. Yeah, I agree. You can't go into 2026 saying, "Oh, we got Eric McCoy." You look. You got to look at it like, okay, we got Eric McCoy. It's like, okay, is it like this? You need a new car, right? Okay. I'm gonna ride this one. You know what I'm saying? I got a few more payments I need to pay off on it. I'm gonna ride it, right? I'm gonna ride the joint out so I can, take my time, be able to pick the car I want. But if that mug break down on me and it don't get me to my goal, guess what? I got the money for this down payment. I got the money for the down payment so I can get myself something new. That's how you got to treat this Eric McCoy situation. You got to have an insurance policy. You got to be able to go into the season with Eric McCoy as your center. Got to be able to do that. But at the same time, having an understanding that he has shown you that he cannot stay, on the field and be available. Now, if he does, it's a pleasant surprise. It's a pleasant surprise. But if it does end up being the same way like it has been over the last 2 seasons, you can plug somebody right in that place. And like I said, I got nothing but respect for Eric McCoy. Nothing. Guy to me, when healthy, top 2, top 3 best center in football. And in some cases, I even say the number 1 center in football. But you got to be on the field. Got to be on the field. And you got to be able to dot the I's and cross your T's. The Saints did a really good job, despite the fact their offensive line is not that good. They went out and they tried to address this offensive line and got guys that were reasonably priced on this offensive line in order for them to be able to be salvageable, right? Like, we knew it wasn't going to be the Great Wall of Dallas, or, we knew it wasn't going to be like, that 2012 Saints offensive line. Like, we knew it wasn't going to be that. But they was serviceable, right? Good rotational guys, probably going to be in the league for X amount of years, like maybe even double digit in some cases as rotational guys. But you got to be able to fix this offensive line. It is time. It is time for you to go into the war room and look at the film, look at the tape, look at the pros and cons, and make the right decision on this offensive line. If you can do this, if you can get your offensive line fixed, we're talking about endless possibilities to what this New Orleans Saints team can be. We can talk about a rags to riches story that they can be talking about in 2026. But if they don't, they're going to be the same old song and dance, hoping and praying, and got your lucky rabbit's foot and got your blood pressure medication close by, because the New Orleans Saints are going to be trying to drive down the field and hoping that your quarterback don't get killed because your offensive line can't protect for him. So you got to be able to be out there. You got to be available. I agree with you, Corey. You definitely got to be out there. You got to be available. Let me put it back on the screen so I can show you all. You said the best ability is availability. That's absolutely true. Let's see. Fortunes has done well. Either resign him or draft another center in the late rounds to add depth, because 78 has missed 16 games over the past 2 years, I think. Well, look, you can do this 2 ways, Hakeem. You can trade him, which I'm pretty sure the Saints will get a really good return on investment on him, because we know that it's not because he can't play. It's the fact that he hasn't been available. So you'll get a good return on investment for it, but what are you going to replace him with? Right? What are you going to replace him with? Are you going to go into 2026 with Luke Fortner and trying to get 2 interior linemen around him? I mean, I don't know. Is that what you want to do? What are we doing with Kendre Miller? Are they keeping him? I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he's going to be able to survive this, especially if the New Orleans Saints end up drafting a running back. If they draft like someone like Jeremiah Love, you got Alvin Kamara and Devin Neal, and then Altrick Estime is showing you a little something. If he goes and he has a really good camp, I mean, where's Kendre Miller going to land? And Kendre Miller is not, I repeat, is not a Kellen Moore guy. I heard someone call Shough Tannehill 2.0. Yeah, no, sir. I mean, there's a lot of quarterbacks that I can compare him to. Tannehill is not one of them. But my final thoughts are simple. It's good to see the Saints get their 4th consecutive win in a row. Good to see the New Orleans Saints playing with fire, passion, despite the fact being out of playoff contention. And now the New Orleans Saints have their final regular season game. Man, this season seemed like it went by pretty fast. They'll be taking on their bitter rivals, the Atlanta Falcons. Can the New Orleans Saints knock off the Falcons to have their 5 consecutive win in a row, or will the Atlanta Falcons have the right to say that they swept the Saints despite the Saints playing at a really high level, over the last couple of weeks. Thank you all so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. Shouts out to everybody that chimed in via the call in, via the messages. Thank you for tuning in, even if you didn't, chime in or call in. We do appreciate it here. You can follow me on X at TJAYJones8. If you enjoyed the content, please hit the like button. We'll really appreciate that, man. Just trying to grow the show. If you enjoy the content, that's all we ask. Hit that like button and subscribe. Shouts out to everybody that donated to the show. Thank you so much. And I hope everybody had a good Christmas holiday. And now, man, we're a few days away from 2026. So we're more than likely to have a show by then. But if not, if some of you don't roll across it, just want to wish you and yours a happy new year. It's a blessing for you to even be this far into 2025. A lot of people who have started with us aren't with us right now. So much love to each and every one of you. Much love to you and your families. Shouts out to the Who Dat Nation. Shouts out to the Saints getting that victory 34-26 to bring their record to 6-10 on the season. Till next time, all I got to say is, who dat?
Thank you for listening to my daddy's podcast. Please subscribe to our channel.
All I got to say is, who dat?